Welcome to the number 3 podcast. I want to apologize. I'm not feeling that well this morning. I know why. I gotta start doing better, taking better care of myself. I'm gonna try to get through this without rambling. I got a couple of things that's on my mind. You got a lot of the results back from the primaries that occurred in August. Well, like I said, I can't wrap my head around that. Primaries in August, and you got September and October, and then you go back to the polls in November, but it is what it is. But before I get to that, let me just say I'm not finna sit up here and tell you that I'm scared of anything, I'm afraid of anything. I'm not. But I do have concerns when it comes to this country. The plans to destroy the United States of America didn't start yesterday. It started a long time ago. And in my opinion, it's probably either halfway there or 3/4 the way there. And I mean that with all my heart, my soul. And let me repeat myself. The plans to destroy the United States of America did not start yesterday. It started a long time ago. And I think they're 3/4 or maybe halfway there. More likely 3/4. So my great-great-grandparents on both sides, my parents' grandparents, pretty much either were enslaved or born right after slavery ended. I want to say born right after slavery ended, because my grandparents, their parents, were born 1890s, 1895, somewhere along in there. So, yeah, my grandparents, their parents probably came about right at the end of slavery. Since that point, the end of slavery, you had a lot of bad things happen, but you had a lot of good things happen too. And I think the uptick from 1862 to 1890 was a big swing. You had more growth, you had a lot of immigration, you had a lot of building of things. From 1900 to, let's just say when my parents was born, 1929, 1930, you had the Industrial Revolution. You had a lot of industry moving in, coming from other countries, coming into this country, building things, creating things. So the country as a whole, and listen, I'm not a historian. I do delve into a lot of history. I listen to a lot of people who are historians, but I'm not a historian. I can only go by from memory. So from 1930, let's just say the 1930s to my time, 1970s, you had a lot of war. You had World War II. You had the Korean War. You had Vietnam, and you also had a couple other conflicts. But the country in itself was getting stronger. The military, the communities were getting stronger. But you, in my opinion, now listen, I told you I'm not a historian. In my opinion, from the time of the Industrial Revolution, you had a lot of academics, a lot of people in academia with theories and putting together plans how to destroy a country. And I think it was put in place then. A historian, listen, I can't talk this morning. A historian could tell you better when this plan was born. And it was done through communism. So would that be other countries? Yes. and individuals from within. Foreign nations and individuals from within. Okay, I said all that to say this. Watching these primary elections the other day from the Democratic perspective, from a liberal perspective, I should say, I never thought I'd see the day where you have a voting bloc flocking to cast a ballot for communists and socialists in this country. And it's not one, it's not two, it's millions. And that's concerning. Now, are they? Is that message out there to that the mass will vote for it? No, but it is concerning because if it's true what I just said earlier about they're halfway there or they're 3/4 of the way there, then you won't go one more generation until the plan is complete, and that's very concerning. Very, very concerning. You got plenty of people out there who are following this. All the news agencies are following it. You have plenty of any independent media that's following it. So come November, it's gonna be something. Places like Michigan and Wisconsin and Massachusetts. Thank God I don't live there. But these people's decision will affect me and others like me over the long haul. It really will. Let me pause here for a second. I gotta take something for a headache. My head is throbbing. All right, I'm back. I apologize for that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short because I'm just not feeling it today. But with the primaries going on, you got news coming out of the WNBA. Check that out because that's actually very interesting to see where it will end up. You still got the Nolan Wells situation and the situation in New York with the guy killing the Luigi Ioni guy killing the CEO. That trial is, I think it's about to start here pretty soon, or they're gonna try to get some plea deals going on. You had the president who had to divert planes or had to do a little switcheroo because they felt that the Iranians was gonna try to take the other plane down. You just got a lot going on, and I swear to God, I wish I felt good enough to talk about the majority of this stuff, have a conversation about it, but I'm not feeling it this morning. So if you're still with me, God bless you. I want to thank you. I want to appreciate just spending a little time with me. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we keep him first. I'll see you next time.